Hi, I'm Craig Castelli, CEO of Caber Hill Advisors. The roofing industry has recently become one of the hottest sectors for private equity investment in the United States. At Caber Hill, we've spent the past decade advising facility service owners of all types, including roofing businesses, as they plot the course toward a sale of their company. As we head into 2023, we continue to see increasing demand for roofing companies. Valuations continue to increase, and we expect a lot of acquisition activity throughout the course of this year. I'd now like to introduce Peter Holton, our managing director responsible for our efforts in the roofing industry, as he'll share his outlook for 2023. As always, thanks for watching.
It is a great time to sell if you are in the roofing industry, whether you are residential or commercial, because the buyers are knocking on your door. Sellers are receiving emails, they're receiving letters in the mail, they're receiving phone calls from private equity, strategic buyers. They have investment bankers, merger and acquisition advisors reaching out to them. This industry is very active and it will not stop. Inflation has been tough as far as supplies on the cost of goods, for sure. And I don't see that really tipping downward in 2023. However, sellers are getting creative in how they can alleviate their costs. And then also, in some cases, they're passing on the cost to the actually end user, which helps alleviate their the pressure within their own organization. Now, the rising interest rates for roofing companies, it does affect them to an extent. If they're trying to build out a new location, if they're trying to go into a new area by themselves, if they're trying to get new equipment or expand with capital, interest rates are tight. It's a little tougher to get what we used to get in the past, and that will affect the business. However, it's just getting creative and trying to figure out a good game plan internally for the sellers to help expand it. The rising wages and labor force, that's always been a topic of conversation. That's nothing new. Ever since I've done mergers and acquisitions, even growing up in my family's contracting business, labor and rising costs was always an issue. Whether you are a roofer, whether you're in HVAC, plumbing, electrical, it doesn't matter. That's always going to be an issue going forward. What makes a company really attractive in the roofing industry is a couple things. One is the business owner has a great management team. What I mean by that is it's not solely dependent on the business owner itself. The business owner needs to delegate. Two, having financials that are strong. We want to make sure that the financials are clean and they're strong, the gross margin is there. And three, the customer concentration. You don't want to have one client that makes up north of 20% of the business. If it's a diversified client base, that's what buyers are really looking for. Investment banking firms, mergers and acquisition advisors such as Caber Hill, we are the ones that are bringing these sellers to the table for buyers. And because of that, buyers don't have a huge pool to choose from. So we're only bringing the companies that are doing really well during this time, which does increase the overall purchase price. When there's not a lot of sellers out in the marketplace, buyers do have to overpay at some point because of the economies of scale. If a business owner doesn't want to sell right now in 2023, there are three things that I highly recommend. One, the seller should do what's called a quality of earning report with a CPA firm to make sure the numbers are locked in, they're sufficient. Two, management team. Make sure that management team is locked in on future growth and keeping up with the trends within the industry, and to make sure that the business is not solely dependent on the business owner. And three, customer concentration. Make sure you have a diversified client base, because if you have one client that's north of 20% of the revenue, it can get a little dicey with the buyer.
The decision to sell a company is a very big, very hard decision to make. And business owners are up against a lot when they decide to take their companies to market. Private equity investors and large corporations have professionals who spend all of their time buying companies. They're experts at getting the best deal for themselves. Business owners are experts at running their companies, not necessarily selling them. That's where we step in. At Caber Hill Advisors, we don't try to be everything to everybody. Instead, all we do is advise privately held businesses in very specific industries on the sale of their companies. And we get results. In fact, 100% of our clients have received offers at or above the valuation expectations that we've agreed on at the beginning of the process. If you'd like to learn more about what Caber Hill can do for you, reach out to anyone you saw in this video today.